said, "Oh, I might bid on that." And then she was there, and I thought, "Well, I'm going to bid." And then
thank you so much.
you're welcome. He said he goes like this, like, right? Because I was sitting in front of you. He goes like this, and then I said,
He just gave it to me.
Oh, no way.
bidding on
Yeah,
that.
he's like, just keep it.
Oh, wow, that's so nice.
Isn't that the
Fred, I hope
sweetest?
you get it.
Yeah, I did.
That's cool.
Honey, all you gotta do is put my picture in there. You don't have to put me. Is that your husband?
Yes.
Yeah, well, just my picture and yours. There's my sweetheart from Memphis.
That'll work.
That'll work.
That'll work.
He's a good guy.
Yeah.
I knew he was a good guy.
Yeah.
You're lucky. You're lucky. Good guys are hard to find.
Oh, yes.
I'm the best investigative reporters I can give the world today.
No, I'm just kidding. That's a locket. You don't see many of them.
No.
That come out with
So cute.
when after Elvis died. Colonel Parker put those out with some boxcar.
The boxcar, yeah.
Yeah, that's what that's called.
Yeah.
Boxcar inside.
I've never seen one.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you're really pretty cool. You put a little necklace on that, and it'll be pretty cool.
Yes, I love it. Isn't that cute?
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank
You're welcome.
you.
Tell us about your show.
I'm Fred. This is my 45th year having this show in January. I started in 1978. It was called Elvis Fan Festival. I renamed it Elvis Fan and Collector Show several years ago. We've been here. This is our 15th year here. It was at the old Howard Johnson on Elvis Presley Boulevard for like 29 years, something like that.
Oh, wow.
Then after it got
You get
bad,
the same thing. You get the
come on hard
LP
times, we went over to
CDs.
they call it Airport
It
Inn.
makes the table
This
look
place
better.
over here, and then it got bad. Now we moved over here, and it's turning bad.
It's
so
turning
wherever
bad.
I go, it's bad. No, I'm just kidding. This is our home. Has been for a long time. We're just trying to help them stay alive.
Yeah.
That's
So
wonderful.
we're usually not in this type of room. We're out our conference room out there, twice as much space. But this year we had to compromise with the comic book convention for whatever reason.
Right. Well.
But they probably paid more money than we paid. Money talks.
But you come every year, so.
Yeah, we do. We're pretty loyal.
I just got
And
There you
but
go.
they were fun. The people were fun.
Yeah.
Good.
At the comic book, they were dressed up like comic book characters.
Oh, I wish we'd known
You know,
that was
some of
going
them
on.
come in here
Yeah.
that look like Darth Vader and all
Oh,
them kind
yeah.
of characters, the Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
The comic book characters, Superman.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was fun. How many Elvises do you see when you come down here for Elvis Week?
Right.
A few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with them. You see comic book characters.
Oh, yeah. I wish we'd known about that. That would have
Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Yeah.
Well, everybody come back next year.
Well, good.
Everybody come back in August.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be over there in that conference room. And What's
Okay.
your name, hon?
I'm Carrie.
Carrie. Oh, wow, cool. Well, sir, what's your name?
Daniel.
Daniel.
Yep.
Please meet you. I like your hat, man.
Thank you, sir.
Kind
Yeah.
of looks like an eagle, or white.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
easy,
It's my jumpsuit hat.
There you go.
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
As I only get to wear it twice a year, but
Elvis had a jacket like that when he had a motorcycle.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
yeah,
did.
the-
He really did.
Mojo
Yeah.
jacket.
We're dressed for YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You don't mind being on YouTube, do you?
No, I don't care.
Okay.
This is nice too. I like that.
Oh,
honey.
thank you
Yeah,
so much.
that's cool.
Thank you.
Well, this is our last day here. We'll be leaving
now in person.
tomorrow morning. Going back to Illinois.
Yeah, I was wondering where you were coming in
Me and
from.
my friend
And you might
George,
know how they
we're good
were
friends.
50
Big guy.
You
He
can see like
couldn't
an
do
echo
this
of the
without
flashes.
Yeah.
George's fantastic friend.
It's a lot of work.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work.
Yeah.
I told you I was thinking about it yesterday. How much work it is to get all this stuff here.
Exactly.
Because I know.
It's set up.
There's a lot of heavy
Yeah.
lifting.
You ever heard
Yeah.
about
I
that?
can't do what I used to be able to do.
Yeah.
I'm old guy.
And valuable.
Pain now.
Yeah. Well, but you're still getting it though.
I'm still
When I
upright.
see
Yeah. There you go. That's all that matters.
more-
All right. So well, thank you so
Nice
much.
meeting you folks.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you.
Yes.
$1,000. Where are we?
The steps of Humes High School.
Oh,
And here it is.
this is famous for being where Red West went to high school.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And stopped to fight.
and stopped to fight.
Famously.
Yeah.
Stopped a haircut.
Founded in 1915, there's the school. And right next door, right here, this corner area right here, this was Guthrie Park. And those houses back over there are the ones that Tom was mentioning. So if you see the football footage of Elvis playing football, look at the background, and those houses are still there. But this is where Elvis spent Jerry Shirley. You go up the stairs, and all of the karate footage from the Gladiator film.
So one of the things we learned here is that Black Sabbath played here. I'll just let that sink in.
End of flashback.
By the hostess with the mostest and the person who will answer all your questions. I will take them and relay them to her, and she will come up with all the answers. Ladies and gentlemen, from the archives, the Vice President of Archives, Angie Marchese.
Hi everybody. We wanted to first introduce you also to our wonderful bus driver, Rex, who's going to be driving us through the detours and everything else that's going on. There's destruction everywhere, as you can see on Elvis Presley as well as on downtown, but we're going to make the best of it. We're also hoping that our video system Martin Luther King Park is named after the honor of Martin Luther King. Taken right over there off the dock, and this is where Elvis was going to speak. It probably breaks all the rules and regulations that were in that park.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a little look at the inside. Who's diner going in situ.
In the diner. In my natural habitat.
You can tell it's a popular place.
Allegedly, the Elvis table was in the back.
The folks in the back there with the child, they're sitting in the Elvis booth, we believe. He sit back there so he could watch the entrance, and he was near the back door, so if he needed to make a quick exit, he could. So thank you to Spa Guy for that information. He said, I think he said that that's what he heard. He wasn't completely sure, but that's the story, and he passed that on.
Yes.
That's all right.
It's unconfirmed.
It's unconfirmed.
But it's the lore.
Yeah, it's the lore. So we're passing that lore on from Spa Guy.
And I believe that.
Thank you, ma'am.
I believe he also said that this was one of the locations that Elvis took Natalie Wood during her trip to Memphis.
Ah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I believe so. And I think it's on the corner of 3rd and Main Street.
All right. Well, we have got some decisions to make
Big decision.
and some drinks to drink, so we'll check you out in a little while.
Absolutely.
All right.
Later.
It used to be the venue where the Sex Pistols played their only concert in Memphis in 1978. I also want to give a shout out to the book Hidden Memphis. That's where we found out about this location. It's a book that's got a lot of information about some more obscure, lesser known, really cool sites in Memphis. So check that out for next time you're here.
Sid Vicious stood on this spot. Now it's Diner Vicious.
I gave her up.
time stop a traffic line. Your future dream is a shopping scheme, 'cause I wanna be an arcade.
You will look down, and embedded into the concrete are these nice brass notes. And we've been doing this for 30 plus years, and there are over 200 notes in the street. And they trace the musical history and heritage of Beale Street and Memphis music. And there is no other city in the world that could do that. And that's why we're here today. And here's Kevin Kane, and we'll do our presentation.
Thank you, Dean, and good afternoon, everyone. This is such an honor. We have done this throughout the years, but there is no one more deserving than this man right here, Wink Martindale, to have a note on Beale Street. A kid from Jackson, Tennessee, came to Memphis when he was 17 years old. Obviously went to college here, but got into radio and television, got his start here, and then of course moved on to California, but he never, ever, ever let Memphis get too far from his heart. And he always kept Memphis, was his home. And he's one of our great native sons that has really taken the message of not only Elvis, but Memphis music and the kind of the significance that Memphis has played in the entire world as it relates to music culture globally. And you're one of those ambassadors that really made, and you're one of the architects that helped create it. So this is our privilege today to present you with something that I think you're going to be very proud of, and millions of visitors will be seeing this on an annual basis. It will be on the sidewalk of Beale Street. The brass note to Beale Street brass note to Wink Martindale. Let's hear it.
I'm honored beyond words to receive a note on Beale. You might ask, does he really deserve this honor? Well, consider this. I had the privilege of being on both radio and TV in Memphis during the 1950s. It was a period that a lot of us feel was monumental in shaping the music of a coming generation. I was excited to be there to watch it happen. Mornings on WHBQ in the early 50s, I was playing hits by Perry Como and Joni James and K-Star. And then suddenly in the summer of 1954, as I mentioned earlier, a truck driver named Elvis came along singing a country song titled That's All Right Mama. And without question, music would never be the same. Suddenly, Dewey Phillips and Red Hot and Blue, playing just rhythm and blues on WHBQ, became the hottest show on radio. Late 50s, I got lucky. Thanks to the success of Dick Clark's American Bandstand on ABC, I was picked to host a similar local version, which I mentioned earlier, titled Top 10 Dance Party. It became an instant success, and I never looked back. What did I learn from my almost 10 years in Memphis radio and TV? I want to dedicate my note on Beale to every boy and girl who has a dream. With hard work and dedication, you never know what's possible. You can overcome any obstacle. Just be humble, be legendary, and most importantly, be joyful about what you do. When you get knocked down, you get back up. Keep smiling and never give up on your dreams. At my age today, 90, that's right, I feel like I might be about 60 or 65. But I feel very blessed that the good Lord has let me stick around this long. I realize something, I'm old. I qualify as elderly, or to be more positive as, I like this better, mature. I'm mature. My advanced age seemed to come upon me all of a sudden. It's as if I woke up one morning looked in the mirror, and asked, who in the world is that old codger? To sum it all up, I've had a great life. I continue to have a great life, a great career, a young boy's dreams realized and even surpassed. And if I need reminding, I'll just take a walk down on Beale Street and admire my note. Thanks, everybody. I am much appreciated.
Anybody want one? I know who made these.
Kevin, check eBay tonight, okay?
He's good on his feet.
2 hours later.
Okay, forget everything I just said, because this is the right entrance. So we're going to wait for Marty Lacker. Alright, so we just got out. And we think we've lined up a clue as to where Marty is buried. This building over here, I'm guessing a chapel of some sort, was pictured in the background of the picture we found of Marty's grave. And so we feel like we're probably close by. So we're going to take a look and see if we can figure it out. It could be on this side of us. Well, it could have been, but it has to be this angle though, because there's no other way to get this angle on that chapel, because it's backed up against the back of the cemetery. So we'll take a look. We split up before, but I feel like we're so close. It was a black marker, wasn't it?
Well, there was a black marker beside.
Beside, that's right, because you're right, it was a white marker, but it was a black one beside it. You look over there, and I'm going to look over here. Oh, no way.
Yeah, I see it all the way from over here.
Alright, we'll check that out. She found a Lansky marker. So that's got to be Elvis fans Lansky. That doesn't have to be, but I bet it is. Yeah, right back there. We'll take a look at that in a minute. All these rocks on the top of the graves, which is kind of cool. I have a feeling it might be this way. Because we're lined up the right way, but I don't see it. So I think it may be in line, but the other way. So I'm going to go through here. Danny Darling is over there, taking a look at the Lansky marker. I'm thinking maybe this way. It's pictured online, and it's a light colored marker, but it was beside a black marker. So I would say I'd look for rocks or something, but so many of these stones have rocks in them. It's a little urban cemetery here in Memphis.
A few moments later.
So let's see. Ah, found it. Found it! Yep. Here it is. Yeah! Found it. When we were at Lamar's cemetery in Mack, Texas, Donna Darling found it. And we searched for a lot longer too. But this time I happened to find it. And check it out. Memphis music pioneer, a member of Elvis Presley's Memphis Mafia, Marty Lacker, loving father, Pop, and friend. And of course there's TCB. Right there. How about that?
Yeah.
TCB and all.
Yeah, it's got the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dinah Darling's sharp eye located Guy Lansky's grave. There it is, in the same cemetery with Marty Lacker. And he is deeper in the cemetery, not too far from the back wall, with this view of the chapel. So if you come along the parking lot side, where the entrance is in the corner, and just come straight down, you'll find him in that proximity to the chapel. Guy Lansky.
Of the infamous Lansky brothers, the clothier to the queen.
Yeah. And presumably his wife. And I don't think I've seen this before online.
No, I don't think I have either.
So yeah, we've got, we didn't realize it, but we got a bonus here. And yeah, that's pretty awesome to find that. We're coming up on the Civil Rights Museum in Memphis, which of course is the site of the Lorraine Hotel and the site of Dr. Martin Luther King's assassination. And we were passing by, we decided we've been here before and visited the museum, and it's a very, very good museum. It was excellent.
It's a wonderful museum. It's actually in what was the Lorraine Motel, which we're coming upon the balcony, and we'll show you the memorial where Dr. King was shot. You get to kind of walk, not exactly through the room. They have the room kind of preserved to look like it would have been behind a glass wall, and so you kind of get to walk and look at that and see the site. But this is an absolutely wonderful museum. It is so well done, such a powerful experience. Definitely, if you're in Memphis, you don't want to miss it.
There's some construction going on here now, but right over there is the window of the bathroom where James Earl Ray shot from. And you can see, as I turn the camera, from there to here, there's the wreath where Dr. King was standing when he was shot. It's a very short distance.
And there's just something, I felt this when we were here last time. Do you feel this too? There's just something really powerful about being here.
Yeah. I've noticed that our voices lowered.
Yeah.
As we were walking through here.
Yeah.
Our voices got more quiet.
Well, you feel a sense of reverence here.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a very palpable feeling. It's such a powerful thing to stand here at the site.
Yeah.
For such a tragic and really defining moment.
Yeah. Yeah, and you can see the signage for the National Civil Rights Museum.
And Dr. King was here because there was a garbage strike in Memphis.
Right.
And he spoke at, what is the name of the church?
The Mason Temple.
The Mason Temple.
Yeah.
That was when he gave the famous speech where he said, "I may not be with you."
Yeah, the mountaintop speech.
Mountaintop speech.
Yeah.
But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind.
Yeah.
And the very next day, this is where he was.
Yeah.
Take my hand, lead me on.
Now, this is, the museum I think owns this building too, or the buildings that involve James Earl Ray that are across the alley from the Lorraine. You can see the wreath there where Dr. King was standing. Across the alley, back behind there, was the window of the sniper's nest. And they've tore up this area and they're building something. My question is, are they building something that's going to be high enough that it's going to block the sight line between the sniper's nest and the site where Dr. King was standing? That seems like a shame if they are, because there's something poignant about seeing that view. Right now, through the museum, you can go through there and see where the sniper was perched. But perhaps the museum is building that, and maybe there'll be some mechanism through which to look, or maybe it's unrelated. I'm not sure, but I do find it interesting that they're changing all this after so many years. All right, we're a few feet down the street now. We were over there looking at the construction site, and this doorway is where James Earl Ray dropped the bundle that he had, containing as a blanket, I think, with the rifle and some odds and ends left. It seems like he was parked over here, about where that truck is, and he exited a door over there, which I'm going to show you. He came this way and apparently saw a police car down there, probably panicked, came back this way, and apparently didn't want the evidence with him, even though this was a strange place to leave it. I think he thought it was better than taking it with him, so he dropped it, and he got in his white Mustang, which was parked right there, and he took off down that street and back to Georgia. And this doorway is the doorway that he came out of. This is the lodging house where he was staying, and he came down the stairs behind this door, out of this doorway, dropped his package, and that was that.
All we say to America is be true to what you said on paper. If I lived in China or even Russia or any totalitarian country, maybe I could understand some of these illegal injunctions. Maybe I could understand the denial of certain basic First Amendment privileges because they haven't committed themselves to that over there. But somewhere I read of the freedom of assembly. Somewhere I read of the freedom of speech. Somewhere I read of the freedom of press. Somewhere I read that the greatness of America is the right to protest far right. And so just as I say we aren't going to let any dogs or water hoses turn us around, we aren't going to let any injunction turn us around. Well, I don't know what will happen now. We've got some difficult days ahead. But it really doesn't matter with me now, because I've been to the mountaintop. I don't mind. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. I may not get there with you, but I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.